Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? So, a lot has been going on behind the scenes over here. Actually, not really. I just been super lazy and haven't been recording because I got so much shit going on. We had a card show over the weekend and it was insane. We had like 1,500 people came, which last show we had about like 1,200 people that came. So it's working. So that has been going good. Oh, one thing we've been doing here as like a little side project. Not really side, but also main project. Sorry about the heater. It's cold as shit in here. So I'm designing things for this. So a lot of card stores, they have, you know, these sort of single displays. Maybe it's halfway, maybe it's a full length like this. I'm designing boxes to go in them to be able to fit like these, because there's no like real standardization in this, and most card stores use these. So if I can make it more modular, so let's say, you know, you need to put more cards here, and where you inventory your cards, it's further away, whatever. You, instead of taking out this whole 5,000 count, you could just, take out the box associated with what you need to restock. Sure, you could bring the inventory over here, but, I like it more modular. So, designing these, they're going to fit like this. This is the sort of preliminary beta alpha test. As you can see, we had a little issue with the bottom layer. It's a little rough, but this is the second prototype with a much more cleaner inside. I just had to do a thicker bottom layer. I also have to retweak the design and make it a few millimeters smaller, just because it's a little bit too big. But it's printing right now. I just started another print, and it comes notched with dividers, so you can kind of build into your inventory. Like, I notched it and I designed dividers to go in there, so it's going to fit perfectly. And you won't be able to fit more. Actually, you will be able to fit more cards, because it's removing these from the whole equation. So that's an extra, maybe, I don't know, 25 cards, actually 50 cards if you count both sides, 50 cards per row. So you will be able to squeeze a little bit more in there, but that's not what it was designed for. It was designed to make it more modular and more cleaner and sleek looking. Because, like, if you look at it, it's like all mixed match. You can't never get them right. I don't know, it looks shitty. I want it to look clean. I want it to look nice. So that's what we're doing. A little bit of a side project, but it's fun to design shit. Let's talk a little bit about Final Fantasy. Jesus Christ. So I'm seeing pre-orders. No one knows what they're getting. Stop it. Stop the madness. Please, please, please. No one knows anything about... That's why I can't pre-order anymore. I've had about 10 to 15 emails, phone calls to the store about Final Fantasy, people wanting to pre-order it. I'm not doing it, because I always shoot myself in the fucking foot when doing this. I'm not pre-ordering it until the last possible millisecond, just because you never know. Same thing happened with what was it? Everything that comes out now that people want. It's just it's insane. So people are pre-selling these boxes on eBay for like $800. It's insane. No one knows what they're getting. So there's no point in even doing it, and no point in even pre-ordering it. I don't get it. I don't get what pre-ordering at this point in time, months and months before, for $800 benefits anyone. It doesn't. It doesn't benefit the store who's doing it. It doesn't benefit the customer. It benefits no one. Because they pre-order for $800, all of a sudden it comes out, supply is much greater, it's $300, they want to cancel their order. Then the store that pre-ordered it, all of a sudden it comes out, they get 3 boxes and they're $1,600. Now they just shot themselves in the foot again. The store did. So it just doesn't make sense with anything this hyped up. It doesn't make sense. So stop it. enough. But on other news, we got a bunch of Surging Sparks booster bundles in stock. I know people are like, hey, where are these coming from? They're coming from places and things and people. Here's the thing. When it comes to dealing with distributors, when it comes to dealing with as a business, yeah, you're going to have to pay up for certain things. You're going to have to take other things that people don't want to get the things that people do want. Because it's collectibles. So to make people understand this, people are always going to want the most hype thing, the most expensive thing, and the highest ROI when it comes to business relationships. So, of course, people would want the thing that's going to make them the most money. And those would never be in stock. So, to benefit the people who buy regularly and buy the garbage, along with buying the good stuff, bundles and things like that are a thing that happen occasionally. And I understand it. And this is how my conversation goes to the distributor almost every time we talk. Hey, insert distributor name here. Do you have any of this product that is extremely hyped up and people want? If need be, I will take some junk with that in order to secure the hyped up product. Oh, sure, we got this. Here you go. And I don't get why people get so crazy about this. Oh, why do I have to take this product that no one wants, no one buys, to get the product that everyone does want and buy? Because everyone wants it and buys it, so it wouldn't be available if they didn't do this. Enough. Stop it. Jesus Christ. So I understand why it's being done and why it happens. You, as a store, or whoever is watching this video that owns a store or business, you have to understand that this is a part of the industry as well. And you have to figure out how to move that garbage that they give you, which 9 times out of 10, it really isn't garbage. It's just not what you wanted. But it's part of the business. So you have to figure out how to move it. So in order to get these Surging Sparks kits, we have another, I think 200 on the way. So in order to get these, I had to buy an insane amount of battle decks. So we've already broken them all down. I filled up the dumpster. But what battle decks were they? They were these battle decks. Okay, yeah. So the Regieleki VMAX, not exactly, a fast mover, let's say. All right. So we break it down. It'll sell over time. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. Everyone's so worried about the quick money. Flip it quick. I get it, but that's no way to build a long-term sustainable business. It's okay to hold on to things and have them sell over time. It's okay. You'll make more in the long run. And everyone's so transactional that they're like, well, that card's $1. Why would anyone pay $1.50 or $2 for that? It's $1. It's like, dude, there's a price to convenience and a price for variety. The more variety and more stuff you have, the more you can charge for your inventory. I don't get how people haven't gotten this by now. I really don't. And I'm in all these groups, like these Facebook groups of like store owners and stuff. And they're like, oh, we got this bundle and X store is buying them on buy list for this and Y store is buying them on buy list for that. So if you break it down and sell it to these stores, I'm like, are you listening to yourself? You, as a store, are selling inventory to another store to potentially break even on a product where they're going to potentially make money on the product off of you. So why don't you just do what they're doing and sell them yourself? I don't get it. Make it make sense. And if you need to get rid of them that quick and sell it, you shouldn't be buying it in the first place. And that's where it comes down to why certain people just shouldn't be in business. And, it is what it is. But I really don't know what else to say about that. Like, even when I was first getting started, I never did that. I never, buy listed stuff to another store because I had a bunch of it and couldn't move it. Why can't you move it? It's so confusing to me. Why you as a store can't move 1,000 copies of a card. it's pretty easy. You just put it, you go on to sales platform, hit the button, enter, inventory it, and just leave it. And you did it. You beat the game. Now, I had a store that I used to go to before I opened my store, and they would do the same thing. I learned a lot from that store. They're no longer in business, which, happens. And I remember him doing this and telling me like, oh, I'm putting in a huge buy list at Card Kingdom. And I'm like, why? I'm like, sell them yourself. Oh, it takes too much time. And I'm like, yeah, but it's your job. And that's all you have is time to sell cards. That's what you do. It never made sense to me then. It still doesn't make sense to me now. All right. So the prints are done. Well, some of them. So it's 2 different size prints here. This one is a 264 millimeter. This one is a 248 millimeter. I couldn't get it. Like, the reason why I'm using 2 different prints because I tried it with like the same size print, and there was always like a little tiny gap in between, and would like really be annoying. So using the 2 different size prints really eliminates the gap here. For some reason, I don't know why, and it's pretty much perfect fit. So I took 1 whole row out of this for our eBay inventory and put it into the boxes, and we have that much space left. That's probably like 200 cards. So an extra 200 cards per row. 8 rows times 8 is what? 1,600 cards per draw extra I could fit. That's a lot. That's huge. Just because it's eliminating all this space here. Yeah, it's just like so much more. You could really cram in a lot of extra stuff in here with these prints. And they're specially designed for the IKEA racks. So, if you guys want to buy them, I got them. Specially designed, even though I just gave you all the measurements. Well, all right. Bye. All right, a little bit more progress. The whole 5,000 count was filled up to here, and we only filled 4 rows. So we got a whole nother row that you could squeeze in. So, like, it's going to add a lot more space to this whole setup. I think I was capped out originally. With this setup, I forget, but it was like a couple 100,000 cards. So it's going to probably up the capacity of just this setup by like 15-20%, which is like insane. Just because I got a 3D printer and I wanted to make something special for this. See? Always try new things. All right. So one thing I'm redoing my whole garage because like at the end of the day, like we do all the work here during the day, ship out everything, TCG player, eBay, all that other stuff. And at the end of the day, I do want to go live on YouTube. I do want to do rip and ship, but I don't want to be here at the warehouse all day. Like, I need a space at my house in order to do work from my home comfortably. And I just don't want to be here anymore. Like, at the end of the day, like at 5-6 o'clock, I don't want to then get on this computer, be here in this cold warehouse. So redoing the whole garage. Right now it's getting insulated, and they're redoing they're taping the walls today. They're doing all that stuff. So that'll be nice. Once that gets set up, we'll start doing the rip and ship thing and going live on YouTube and having fun with that. But for now, we're just grinding away over here with all the bulk stuff. Man, tell you what, I got a shipment of about 400,000 bulk cards coming in soon that we have to do, like get some freight organized for that. That should be a fun little thing. I'm actually almost out of Magic bulk. I know, crazy, right? This is all I have left. That's it. 4,000 or 5,000 counts and that little guy. We've went through, in the past 4 months, a pallet and a half of Magic bulk. Completely sold every card. Pokemon too, we're actually completely out of Pokemon bulk, but I want to wait a little bit before I, send up a flare for that one, because once I say I'm buying Pokemon bulk again, people come into the store with fucking wheelbarrows of it. So I want to try and completely get rid of my backlog of all bulk before I start buying again, because it's crazy. People be having Pokemon bulk, I'll tell you that much. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tagging along on my 3D print journey. This is fun. That whole setup over there with the new boxes. Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful. Can't wait. The only downside is it takes about like 12 hours to print 3 of them, because I'm doing a thicker infill with it and thicker base. That's the only downside. Like every day I can make 6. So it's going to take a while to print everything for that, unless I have a whole 3D print farm. But 3, 6 a day over time, it'll get built up. Good things take time. Just remember that in your business, in your journey, in your whatever. Great things take time. It doesn't happen overnight, and it never will happen overnight. So enjoy the ride and take your lumps along the way, but it'll all work out as long as you keep doing what you're doing. And that's it. I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Bye.